Beautiful new Precept 36T Class A gas motorhome from Jayco here at HaylettRV of Coldwater, Michigan. Pricing and availability can be checked via the link in the video description for folks just on YouTube. If you hang with me toward the end, I'll try to remember to run the slides close so you get to see it open and closed. And along the way, we're going to learn quite a bit about this thing. Let's get started because there's a lot to cover. We've put a full body paint package on this, and the one here in this video might not be the same one we have in stock. It's very possible this one will be sold quickly and we'll replace it with something else that may not be identical. This is it's called Summer Wood, paint package. There's the brown paint package basically, and then there's the beautiful blue paint package on the Precepts, and then there's just the generic standard white that you see right here. We keep a lot of Precepts in stock. We have them equipped in different ways so that we have floor plans and layouts and things for every budget and different need and whatnot. This is a new floor plan. It's amazing. It's like a couples touring coach that could easily be a family bunkhouse. So let's say that occasionally, like Grandpa and Grandma might have the grandkids over. This can accommodate those occasional guests without requiring a different floor plan, especially the way that we have it equipped. You'll see that when we get inside. You see the slide awning toppers here. You'll find the protective slide out covers over any slide out that isn't going to be covered by the patio awning itself. So that's what someone said, why does that one slide not have an awning? Because it's under the patio awning, it just doesn't need it. A lot of best in class, unmatched, unique features going on here. This has a 12-foot windshield. 120-inch wraparound corner-to-corner windshield. It has the largest windshield in the market. It's the exact same windshield they're using in the Integra coaches, the Class 8 diesel pusher segment of Jayco. They also have the widest side windows with the thinnest corner beams. What all that means in English is more visibility, safer driving, and more viewing of your destination. Why do you go Class A instead of Class C? It's for the cab. You want the windshield. This gives you the windshield. Otherwise, just stick with a Class C, The Ford chassis that we're on here, the E350 chassis, that's got all sorts of warranties on it that go above and beyond the already best-in-class 2-year bumper to hitch warranty, 24,000 mile limit to that on this. That being said, no one ever touches the miles limit on that. So there's, additional drivetrain, chassis, motor warranties that go above and beyond that. Above and beyond what's already the very best in the class out there. The J-Ride package, you actually get the J-Ride Plus on a Precept. This is the best handling, quietest riding Class A gas on the market, period. And here's how they do that. Starts with the drivetrain. When you bring in a chassis like this, you stretch it into longer components. Ford doesn't make a chassis this long, so it has to be stretched. They have MORryde do that. The precision MORrydes, the laser instrumentation they put in, by the way, is absolutely incredible. If you don't know who MORryde is, you got to look them up. A lot of people think they're only a suspension company. They are incredible. They're probably one of the most premier engineering companies in the RV business, period. So they computer balance the whole drive shaft so that you don't get, a rumble in the steering wheel, which makes your upper body exhausted. Then they use Bilstein shock absorbers. Long story short, as opposed to a traditional shock that gets reduced effectiveness over time, the Bilstein shock works the same way the first time you hit a bump on your trip or the 1,000th time, so you don't get that sluggish front end when you're going down the road. Then they have the isolation jounce bouncers where the coach meets the chassis. They put these big rubber mounts to help soak up road shocks and jolts. They actually added a front anti-sway bar this year in conjunction with the already improved rear sway bar they put on these. So Ford ships these with a 1-inch sway bar. To help keep the coach from rocking and rolling, basically. Jayco removes that, and they replace it with an 1.5-inch bar. What that means is that you get 2/3 less sway. Basically, the way the ratios work out, you get 2/3 less sway. This year, they added a second one of those to the front, because what they found is that sway begins in the front, then it whiplashes in the back. So they're not only containing wiggle, they're preventing it now. They go that extra step above and beyond. We've got the one-piece fiberglass roof to greatly reduce your roof maintenance. Now, of course, there's little seals that need attention now and then, but the roof skin itself is this big one-piece seamless fiberglass chunk that just doesn't need special maintenance and care. It's Gonna hold up better for you longer term. Bigger 22.5-inch tires. They increased the chassis size in 2017, by the way. They went to a bigger, heavier chassis, bigger tires to give you better handling, better ride, better reliability. And here's the other reason you go Class A instead of Class C. Storage. You get all this beautiful basement storage in a Class A that you don't get in a Class C. Now, they did something really cool here, is they gave you a pair of pass-through areas in this model. You know, a diesel pusher, a lot of people like because you get the big full pass-through, and a Class A gas, you have the drivetrain still going through, so they do have to enclose and protect that. But most manufacturers will only give you these side buckets. Jayco still gives you big pass-through areas, so if you got your big folding patio set or something, you can put that in here. They give you that extra ability. And we've got the big Onan 5500 generator on here, so I don't care where you're calling home for the night. You can use the entire coach anytime, anywhere, without problem. The Sickens paint that they use on this, it's the same paint that they use on the little Melbourne all the way up to those big Integras. It is absolutely amazing stuff. They found that it has a much better bonding chemical makeup with the fiberglass skin that they're painting onto. The paint packages a lot of brands had used in the last couple years had been known for a little flaky bubbleness. This solves that. The stuff's as close to bulletproof as it can get. This actually has the same rear cap on it as the Seneca, that big Class C, well, Class Super C diesel thing that they have. It's just kind of neat to see some shared components there. But they look so different, you never even realize it. We've got our 5K towing capacity, our whole towing package all set up on here. So all you got to do, if you do choose to put a little tag-along vehicle, if you want a brake controller on it, you can put that on there. They also add a third brake light here that they don't have to. Well, it's actually a fifth brake light, but in a third position, they don't have to. They have double side brake lights, which they're not required to do either, and that kind of ties into the whole safety aspect of this. They're a very safety-oriented company. So they're doubling your big LED tail lights, adding an extra Cyclops brake light here they don't have to, all with the intention of making sure that when you hit the brakes, people know you are stopping and they're not going to run into you. Very much like a diesel pusher, they have a beautiful outside entertainment center over here, and you can see how the TV can actually kick right out and face wherever you want it to at your patio area here. And it's a fully separate entertainment center. You've even got your own little DVD player out here. You can slide a disc in there. People don't realize that. They think it's only like a car stereo. This is a full entertainment thing. You know, AM, FM, CD, DVD, Bluetooth, it does everything. Also, tankless water heater. This is something that you need to get educated on. This is the Generation 3 Girard tankless heater. I previously, like you, wasn't really enthused about tankless heaters in the past. Then I learned about this thing. This is the new one that just came out. It's the first one that ever operates. They totally redesigned it to operate basically just like a home hot water system. So you have a digital thermostat inside where you set your water temp. That's cool. It's the first one that ever gives you, just like you can push the button and see what the hot water reading is going to be. What's kind of neat is, like, if you got a grandkid coming over, you can scale the water down to 96. And they can you can turn the cold water on to cool it down a little, just like you do in the shower at home. But tankless water heaters could never do that in the past. This can do now. But it can never go above 96, so you can make sure there's no scald points there. It uses like 40% less propane because it doesn't have to constantly heat a water reservoir to maintain water temp on your tank. There's no tank. It doesn't have to do that. It heats on command. If you got propane and you got 12 volt, you got hot water. It's just that simple. Take this thing anywhere. It's awesome. The double power entry step is something I like to point out. You'll find some singles in this class, and it throws people off. With the full paint package we have on here, they think that this thing is in this far above and beyond class, because man, does it have a look to it, obviously. But this is a gas class A. It's just a really well done one, you know. Coming in here, the battery disconnect right there to kick all your lights and everything on. Let me shut this door behind me so we don't have any road noise. Big living room. You've got a pair of opposing slides here. The living room is a very similar layout to something that they've been using at Jayco in their most popular gas Class A Precept. They just kind of reused the living room and gave it an extended rear bedroom area. So we've got our 7-foot interior here. This soft touch ceiling liner does a couple things for us. The biggest thing is it knocks down so much noise. The wind buffeting on the road, well, I mean the highway. You can't hear, we are 10 feet from the highway, and you can't hear it in here now. And this is the big reason why. You've got double air conditioners. Your main AC has an electric heat pump on it, so you don't always have to burn up your propane. That's another nice thing, kind of one of those diesel pusher level things you find here in a gas Class A, not usually found at this product segment. Double ducted AC also gives you superior airflow, and a double banked lighting package. In this class, that is not common. Usually you'll get one row of lights down the center of the coach. They've doubled it up here to give you improved lighting. What is it? I think this is the cappuccino decor, but remember that the one we have in stock could have a different decor, or maybe different furniture complement or something like that. Sometimes, like, we might put a theater seat here directly across from the TV. Speaking of which, let's look at that. TV recesses in and out of that countertop. It's not a really short TV. It's just that the TV is not all the way up. I wanted you to be able to see you have both a window and a TV there. And right above it, you've got your Blu-ray player, all of your entertainment stuff kind of tucked away nicely. Oh, come on, camera, focus with me here. The camera, like your husband, ladies, sometimes has a hard time focusing. Anyway, we've got our dinette over here. It gives us that ability to be able to sleep a couple guests, and it uses Jayco's Dream Dinette system. It's very easy to flip up and down. Simply push that latch. There you go. It can go right up and down. When you want it back up, there's a handy little strut. You can do this whole thing with one hand. Then we lock it back in place, and we're done. We talk safety outside. Let's talk safety inside. Seat belts where they're not required, like rear-facing dinette seats. Jayco's the best at it. They don't have to add seatbelts in some of these places we're looking at. They choose to for your family's safety. They have to put seatbelts there. They don't have to put seatbelts there, but they do. Now understand that when you add something that's DOT regulated, you're in a whole world of extreme government regulations in a motor vehicle. So they actually pull test this to 10% more than what's required by our regulations. 10% more than, say, Ford has to. They build it to that spec to make sure it's safe. Anywhere you find a seatbelt, they build it more than what is required. Again, kind of blurring the lines in a sense between Class A and Class C, we've added this overhead power bunk here because it gives you extra sleeping without losing anything. You've still got cabinets. You still got cabinets like would just be there. There's still plenty of room to get in and out of this. You still have your dual power captain's chairs. That's what's nice is in a Precept you have 6-way power captain and co-pilot chairs. Is really neat thing on these, and they obviously swivel around. This is the reason you're looking at a Class A instead of a Class C, is the cockpit basically. But you need extra sleeping. It's just this easy. Push of a button, she drops right down. You get that extra bunk, and there's a ladder hidden under that mattress that I just haven't pulled down for quick demonstration purposes, so you don't have to throw the grandkids up there. But notice these full privacy shades too. You've got a power front shade, you've got manual roll down side shades. Now you can also program that front power shade so when you're going down the road, you can just push the button and it'll go down to a point where it stops. That way it doesn't, you're not paying attention, it doesn't go too far for you. But that's really not a big deal because it's a power up down shade, so don't tend to get. Did you notice, by the way, there's a little sensor here that indicates, oh, the bed's all the way down, let's turn the light on. Then as you start to pull it up, it shuts the light off, kind of like a refrigerator that way. You are your JBL integrated system here. It's your all-in-one entertainment system. It's all set up with, like, you know, Google and Apple's automotive apps. So, like, if you want to throw your plug your phone into it and do your mapping and all that, it's got all that stuff built right into it. So it's just easy to integrate with the phone that's already in your pocket. This obviously has a full automatic leveling system. We've got heated power side mirrors with built-in side mount cameras. So when you flick your when you flick your right turn signal on, that camera automatically activates and displays down here. So it's very, very nice when you're changing lanes for safety purposes. And it's just very intuitive. When you're changing lanes, it turns on. When you're done changing lanes, it flips off. It's just simple and easy. Over here, you'll notice all of our pocket screwed lumber core cabinets have these double overhead cabinet struts on the hidden hinges. So they look clean, look very clean, and you don't have to juggle it open with your head. It's just self-supporting in that respect. And you can see, with two of them together, I mean, they very easily hold this door. And they put these little felt bumpers on here so that going down the road, you're not going to hear, you know, it's that's also the sound I used to make as a kid when I was pretending to have a machine gun. The kitchen, Looks small until you start realizing how much is actually going on here. You got this big 4-door, 12 cubic foot gas electric fridge, very traveler friendly over there. And I love the extra window they put above there. By the way, speaking of windows, look at the bigger window that they have in this door right here. I mean, you get a great look at everything outside, but these are heavily tinted, 80% tinted windows, so you can see out, but people can't see in. Sort of like that tree in my neighbor's yard. She can't see me in that tree, but I can see her. Never mind. Different subject. I use that joke too much. Anyway, but we're looking at it backwards, but if I've mentioned outside, it's so important to mention how this has double the warranty of anything else. It's so big. They're willing to put twice as much assurance into this as anybody else, really. There's no one else in this market matching that. Let's go examine this kitchen here. We've got a big residential-sized convection microwave. This is one of these upgrades here. They didn't have something quite this big and in-depth last year. We've got all solid surface countertops, and these are the real deal where if somehow this thing gets scuffed and you got to resurface it, the pattern does persist all the way through. Now, we've got excellent, because we have that convection microwave up there, we don't need a big oven. Instead, we get lots of storage space. And then we've got all the additional drawer space going on over here. And if you need extra prep space, you simply get extra prep space. It is awesome how much kitchen you've got going on here. This is 10 pounds of kitchen in a 5-pound sack. Oh, I always forget these. The 3 extra little drawers over here even. I mean, there's the fun never stops. It just keeps on going here. Close all these back up. You want to get yourself in the habit of making sure you close everything up after you open it, because if you forget once and run a slide in and catch a door, like if you leave that door open and the slide starts coming in because this kitchen telescopes over that slide's coming one way or another. Don't worry about it. This is where it starts to get really interesting right here. So it's very much like a big, this is a juiced up on steroids version of a Greyhawk by Jayco model 31FS. It's their bunk model. It's got a very similar situation here. But what they did is they said, yeah, it's a Class A. Not everyone's going to want to just have bunks laying around all the time. What if Grandpa and Grandma like to run around, but occasionally the grandkids come around? So what they did is they rethought what this space could be. So you've got a nice, beautiful hanging rod here. So you have a huge hanging closet. When it's just the two of you, you've got storage galore. You've got bonus drawers below. Now, you see, we've got the twin TVs. When you're ready to host the grandkids, there's a little power lift button over here, not unlike the power lift that you have above the cab over there. And we just get this extra bonus bunk bed when you want it. It's there when you need it. It's gone when you don't. It's a closet the rest of the time. And there you go. Now, very much like the Greyhawk 31FS, we've got that bunk over here, each with their own little entertainment centers, by the way. How cool is that? And they've got the new style cabinet doors they have here. Very simple. You know, you don't have to like wrestle with these. They're self-guided so that they fit right where they're supposed to, right when they're supposed to. It's very simple, very easy. And again, it's a closet the rest of the time, so they gave it nice closet doors. That's the primary function here. I forget bathrooms in Motorhome a lot, so I don't want to do that. I want to hit this real quick. Seamless one-piece molded, self-reinforced shower that a grown adult can literally jump up and down in without hurting it. It's got a huge plywood base under that to help support it. His and hers, big vanity. More solid surface countertops. That's another thing I like on Precept. They make this match the kitchen. They don't ever scale back and chintz there. So this, you know, I've been calling this a bath and a half. It's actually a full 2 bath. And that's the thing. No, pardon me. Pardon me, I'm so sorry. A lot of times manufacturers put a half bath here. It's totally different. This is your full bath, but you've got an extra half bath back here for everybody else. Speaking of which, no, God bless it. I've shot 12 videos today, guys, and I'm getting myself mixed up, so pardon me. This is a full 2 bath, so there you have it. Full 2 bath floor plan. And back here, you have your combo prep for a washer dryer if you want to put that in this big cabinet here in the rear full bathroom. So once again, hallway full bath. Very handy for the kids, by the way. If you shut this huge, this is not the wall panel. That's an actual whole sliding pocket door. So if you want to shut off the rear bathroom at night, the grandkids, the kids, whoever, they have their own full bathroom. You have your own full bath back here as well. And another one of these seamless one-piece molded showers that everybody can fit into. And being 7 foot tall, you've got all the headroom in the world here as well. Pardon the confusion. And these little shelves even, they didn't have to do this, but they made these shelves adjustable so you can customize this little corner of storage. And once again, countertop matches the kitchen, even in the bathroom. Plenty of legroom in every bath area I've seen in here as well. So we've got our full 60 by 80 true queen size bed, overhead storage, side breeze windows, all the normal stuff you expect. Again, what I like is the placement of the air conditioners. You get really good airflow in every area of this. You don't have to, like, sometimes manufacturer will build the air conditioner way back here and it like has to push air all the way to the front. You don't run into that here. And I like the bigger side stands. It gives me a place to set my phone to charge them. And we've got great storage going on here too. So not only do we have this huge closet, which is probably what it's going to be for most people, we've also got all this going on, and you see how the TV kicks up to reveal extra storage behind that as well. You know, even that little chunk of countertop right there is the same solid surface stuff as the kitchen. It's very consistent, very clean. Let me get all this buttoned up here, give me a chance to run the slides closed. I appreciate you guys hanging on. Pardon the little verbal flubs. I obviously don't script my material and I just roll with it, because that's camping. You roll with whatever gets thrown at you. Looks like we're all set here. All right, I'm going to close some slides up so you get to see her in the travel position. This is going to be terribly not exciting for a moment, so this might be a good time to use that little track bar to skip ahead in the video, because I'm sure you've probably heard enough of my voice already. I do like how quick these slides move though. Man, they move and groove. So there's our living room while we're traveling. They did opt to go with a pretty aggressive door side slide. So that is a little thinner walk-through space than you find in a lot of motorhomes, but it's navigable. You know, you can still get through it, no big deal. Again, not the most exciting portion here. And what we're going to find when I close this other slide, this is actually deceptive how this is actually one big super slide, because it's the bedroom like TV and entertainment and this whole closet. It's all one big slide out. Just looks like, feels like an Indiana Jones moment where the walls are closing in on you. So what you're going to find is that when they come together, they're going to kind of close off that rear bath, but you expect that. That's why they have the extra full bath over here. All right, let's go outside and take a look at that. Oops, got myself locked in here. And there you have it. I'm going to make a quick tour around the coach real quick, but you know, again, hope you appreciated all the information here. This one ran a little long, but this is a very long coach, and I have really only scratched the surface on the features here. Like, it has an automatic gen start feature where if you are camping away from where there's hookups, you can set it so that the you can set the thermostat to kick on the AC at a specific degree, whatever you want. What that allows you to do is make sure that the coach is always climate controlled for when you return, and we've always kind of called it the puppy saver, because like if you've got somebody left in the coach or a dog or something, they're not gonna, you know, get stuck in a hot area and get cooked to death. By the way, this full 2-bath floor plan, a unique thing on this one specifically, it actually has 2 tankless water heaters. Since you have the 2 big bathroom plumbing stations, you can take twin simultaneous hot showers. I don't know of another gas Class A that offers that. Maybe there's one. I sure haven't heard of one. You know, there's nothing else that has the J-Ride package that they have on this. There's nothing else that has that kind of quiet ride and superior handling as this. This is the best